Hey guys, so today we're going to take a look at the Kanavape Hemp Vaporizer and well, let's go for it. So this is the actual vaporizer right here. Now it's quite a small battery. I'm not entirely sure how many milliamps, but it does say on the reverse of the packaging that you can take up to 500 puffs, and it lasted me a whole day of vaping, so it does last quite a long time. So what you get in the package is you get the e-cig itself, or the vaporizing battery itself, and the USB charger. And the actual battery is quite cool. It has like a little rubber tip, if you can see there. Basically you can use it on your phone or your tablet or any other device that you have that has a touchscreen. So that's the battery. It comes with a little K on the front there, if the camera will go into focus, and if my hand wasn't so shaky. So yeah, that's just the battery, and it also lights up, which I'll show you in a moment. Now secondly, we've got the actual hemp cartridge. Now you can buy these as cartridges only for the moment. There aren't any liquids as such to buy, just pre-filled cartridges. They will set you back about £15, about £14.95. If you go to hempemporium.com, you can get them there for £14.95 each. And there's two flavours. You've got the natural hemp flavour and the mint flavour, and this is the one I'm going to be puffing on today. So the cartridges come in like this little sort of plastic thing, casing, if you will. If you open at the top, which is sort of a rubber plug, and then you can take out the little cartridge. Now these are filled with hemp oil, which have 5% CBD. There's no THC in these, so you can't get high, and thus making it legal across the globe. This was released last year, I think, in November, December time, but sadly it didn't quite get a global reach, and they're finally getting a global reach with these things now. Now, the first thing I want to say about Kanavape is, you know, it's a really solid product. It's really quite a tasty product, and as I said, it won't get you high, so you don't have to worry about, you know, drug tests. Let's say drug tests. But yeah, it's all good. It's all solidly made, and they finally got it globally launched. Now there's a couple of other things I want to go over. I did get a phone call from the sort of CEO, if you will. His name is Antonin, and he's done a great job at marketing this product and getting it out there. And there's quite a few people, online dealers, that are selling it. Amazon was actually selling it the other day, but they seem to have removed it from their site, which I thought was a bit strange, but maybe it will go back on sale. Now the whole idea of these e-cigarettes or hemp vaporizing device, the whole idea of it is just for people that don't like the typical nicotine flavors. If you don't like the typical nicotine flavors, you can try cannabis flavor. Basically, there is 5% CBD, and that can have all sorts of benefits in large amounts, but as it's in such a low amount, there is no guarantee that it will benefit you in any way whatsoever. And Kanavape do not actually state anywhere on their product that it does benefit or can help you with pain or other things like that. So for medicinal purposes, it's kind of out. But then again, it could potentially work. Who knows? But for the purposes of the review, this is not for a medicinal purpose. This is just for those who want something a little different and a little bit more sort of, I don't know, I would say upper class, but it's not really upper class. Just something a little bit more different, a little bit sort of out of the box. And of course they've got legal hemp that you can vape on now. So yeah, that's the cartridge. The mouthpiece is sort of similar to a e-pipe or an e-cigar, if you've had those, and that's basically, you get 0.5 ml of liquid inside. I've got another cartridge here, which is the one that I've gone through. Now, these cartridges will last you around a day. They won't last you overly long if you're a heavy vapor. If you're vaping on it, you know, a few times a day, then they will last you quite a while. They've actually got a really cool design. If you see there on the side, you've got the that's where the vapor comes up, the condensation part. The rest of the tube is actually completely clear. Now the way they've done it is they've got the coil in the bottom, and it actually goes up the one side, so you're not sucking up any excess liquid whatsoever, which is definitely a design plus. If you're a standard e-cig smoker like me, you'll know that you constantly get that crap up your mouth. Inside the cartridge, when you take off the tip, you can actually refill these. Now Kanavape do not recommend you refill these, and they do not sell the liquid on its own, so it's a bit hard to actually refill anyway. You can buy the CBD liquid online from sort of unrecommended retailers. Obviously it would be best to purchase the cartridges on their own. Nothing else inside of the device is actually sort of serviceable, so you can't change the coil or anything like that, so they wouldn't last very long anyway if you were. Now I did refill this 3 times so far with nicotine liquid itself. You can basically undo the plug there, and inside you can just spout your liquid out, and it lasted a few days, and now it's starting to taste a little bit burnt, so I doubt it will last much longer, and to be honest, for that reason I don't recommend refilling it either. I recommend you just purchase the cartridges. So yeah, that's the cartridge that comes with the device, and these are purchasable for £14.95 off hempemporium.co.uk, I believe it is, and you can, you know, buy as many as you like. The battery and a cartridge is £34.95 as well, which I think is a reasonable price. So if you haven't got one, you could pick one up. You know, it's fairly cheap. It's the standard price for your normal nicotine e-cigs anyway. So let's get on to the device itself. When we screw this in, and then I'll show you what it actually is like. Now, to be honest, I was surprised with this because it's such a small battery. You don't think it's going to last a day, you think it's going to last a few hours. On top of that, you also don't think you're going to get a very good vape out of it, but you do get quite a nice vape out of the device. Now when you take a puff, I don't know if you can see that, but you do get like a light at the bottom. They all light up. They also light up when the device is charging, and as I say, it's just a standard sort of USB charger that you get with the smaller e-cigs, and it comes with the device anyway. It takes about an hour and a half to charge, and then you get a day's worth of use out of it, so it's not actually that bad at all. And I say it's quite tasty. It's kind of a mellow mint, sort of more like a spearmint. I preferred the original tasting one, to be honest, but it is still quite a tasty vape, and it doesn't use much of the liquid either. Like I say, the liquid will last you around about a day of heavy vaping. So if you're not a heavy vapor, you could make it last much longer, and therefore it's less costly. Kanavape are looking into making their own liquids available to purchase in bottles at some point, which also is quite interesting. I hope that they also improve the sort of the top of the device in making the coil changeable, and having it refillable would definitely be a beneficial plus for those who enjoy Kanavape. So it's a really fantastic device. It does set you back a little bit, but it's still a good vaping device. It's new, it's interesting. This, I believe, is the only video on YouTube that actually shows the device itself officially. I was told by Antonian that the other videos aren't exactly their device. It's kind of a copy. There is one significant difference, and that is that the light at the bottom lights up green on the other video, whereas on mine it lights up white. So there's a possibility it's not the official device, but it's up to your own interpretation. I mean, I've been told that I'm going to be the only one so far to review this product on YouTube and show you guys the magnificent e-stick, if you'd like to call it that. And I think it's fantastic. I think it's a really good idea. I think they've gone forward, they've marketed it really well, and they're slowly getting themselves around the world globally. So who knows, in a few years' time, this might actually be a normal thing, and you might actually be able to get the sort of refills and stuff, the liquid on its own. There's so many possibilities, and it's all 100% natural, and it's not going to do any harm to your health, so there's a plus on that too. So let me know what you think of the Kanavape device. If you've bought one, be sure to let me know in the comment section below. If you haven't bought one, then definitely go check out their website, or check out Hemp Emporium as well, because they sell them. And if you want to check out my written review, go ahead, that will be linked into the description. As always, like, comment and subscribe. I shall see you soon. Cheers.